What's happening, everybody, and welcome to episode 30 of the Good Kraken podcast. I am Rennell, one of your hosts, alongside the inevitable one, Devin Stanford. How you doing, Devin, baby?
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? That is a hell of an intro, my dude. Dude, how's your day been? How are you doing today, baby?
Just another day of a long work grind, but we made it. I'm here. We're going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about a bunch of other nerdy shit. So
we get to finally relax, dude. I know.
I got my law, there's no laws in this household.
I'm not following the law today because I'm doing a major melon. But
I mean, you're not breaking the law. That's what I'm saying. There ain't no laws when you got the claw.
Because I'm 12. Because I'm 12. I cannot drink. I'm actually two 12-year-olds in a costume. Man, Xander, you're the best, baby. What's happening, dude? It's lit out here. Devin, how was your 4th of July?
It was very good. All Countries Matter Day was pretty good.
For sure.
I actually spent it over Tyler's place. I had a barbecue, made some food, played some beer pong, listened to music.
Yeah,
it was a good vibe. Tyler and Andy in our chat usually, so it was good hanging out with him. And other than that, it was pretty low key. I played a lot of video games, a lot actually.
Sick, dude. Well, I'm excited to fucking hear about them, man. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, for 4th of July was all right for me too. Like we don't really celebrate 4th of July in this household, because we're only kind of American, but any holiday as an excuse to get together with the family is a good holiday for us, because any excuse that we have to make a bunch of fucking food and hang out and and have fun is always a good excuse for us. So we're not fucking complaining.
Man.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
Sick. What was your favorite beverage on your 4th of July celebration?
Oh man, so I'm a basic bitch. All right.
Yes, I love it. I love this answer.
So, I drank a White Claw.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Yep.
But I had the White Claw Surges, the 8% ones.
Okay.
And they have a blood orange one, and that one is actually really good.
Ooh.
And you cannot tell that they are 8%. They just go down like a regular Claw, just in a bigger can. So
man, I love it. I've been having a weird kick for Moscow Mules the past couple of months.
I've kind of been craving one of those lately. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm telling you, man. You get the right ginger beer for it, and it is delectable. Delectable, my friend. I'm telling you.
Delectable.
And it's for summertime too. It's like
That word isn't actually used enough, I feel like. Delectable, like, you don't really hear people say that something's delectable. They're like, oh, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's delicious.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Indubitably, my friend.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Don't be coy with me.
Well, tonight we're not talking about too much, at least, about beverages. Tonight we're talking about losing greatness, being a witcher, and breaking our own hearts, and much, much more, because this is the Good Kraken podcast, a show for nerdy, marginalized people giving you the video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 1 p.m. If you're watching live, you can submit questions and topics at tinyurl.com/GK submissions to be a part of the show. If you're having a good time so far, you can watch us record the show live and ad-free by following and subscribing right here at twitch.tv/GoodKrakenShow. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime, and we would love for you to give that to us to help keep us pushing content out for all of you listening or watching at home. If you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can catch our episodes on your podcast service of choice at 8 a.m. the next day. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel by clicking clicking the link in the About section of our Twitch page and clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. Devin, a little bit of plein air work we have here. Our episode with It Xander, who is actually in the chat right now, we love you, baby, is out now on YouTube and podcast services around the world. It was a dope show. We always have so much fun with Xander. It's a really, really damn good time. Also giving him a chance to talk a little bit about his being half Thai. It's awesome. Any chance we have to have a conversation about API relevance and highlighting those voices, it's always down for us. This Thursday we are doing another Sea of Thieves stream right here at twitch.tv/GoodKraken show. More than likely we'll try to get Xander back in there. We have our homeboy Tanner joining too. If either of them cannot make it, we might try to get our homeboy Chase in if he is free and available. Last time we spent just about 3 hours getting
probably gonna do it again.
Getting through the very first part of a Pirate's Life content. It was embarrassing. We had a really, really fun time. It was chaotic mess, and I love it, and I would absolutely do it time and time again. And we'll probably end up doing it again on Thursday. Devin, can you please give me some Nolan noises? Yep. I don't know why you like cut out there for a second. It was weird. I don't know if your microphone's getting too far and your noise getting. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Try to say.
I ran out of breath. If I'm gonna be honest, I ran out of breath. I had to go for a second.
Oh, okay. I got you. No worries, baby. No worries. Anyways, we have our first little mini segment here. We have what we call little waves, where we kind of just beat by beat go through a couple little smaller news segments that we didn't really get a chance to make it into our headline big conversation topic. So first off, the antagonist from Blade, Stephen Dorff from Blade 1, talked a little bit about Marvel's Black Widow and said, I'm, quote, embarrassed for Scarlet. I read this article a little bit. He talked about how he never wants to be in an MCU movie and just was shitting all over it. And honestly, go fuck yourself, Stephen Dorff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Stephen Dorff, you're just pissed that your career ended after the first Blade movie 20 years ago. So.
I mean, we're gonna be talking shit. You know, listen, Stephen Dorff, listen, if you're listening to this podcast, okay, if you're here for whatever reason, go fuck yourself. So our next one is Netflix on Nintendo Wii U and 3DS is officially dead. You cannot access Netflix any longer on Nintendo Wii U or 3DS, and Switch does not have Netflix still. Kind of disappointing. Here's one of my favorite ones that I have here. We have Nick in the chat. Oh, baby, what's up, baby? Hey, mahalo, brother. Thank you for coming in here. I love you. Sonic Smite is flooding Trump's new social network. Okay, so here's the deal. Donald Trump started a Twitter-like social media app, and on this app, it's basically just other people, Trumpers, going on there having social conversations. People have been hacking or making accounts, not hacking, I guess not really hacking, but they've been making accounts on this app and just posting Sonic porn left and right, angering the people that are on there, actually, like, non-ironically and not comically. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I'd go on there too if I was a little more, sadomasochistic. Next one, Black Widow will explain what Loki taunted Natasha about in the Avengers. So if you remember carefully, my friend, there's a scene in the first Avengers movie where Black Widow, Natasha Maximoff, is talking to Loki, trying to extract information from him. And there's a moment where he whispers something to her, and we don't know what it is. And apparently, Black Widow, will finally explain what he said to her. So that's fucking exciting. MCU Phase 4 release adjustments changed Black Widow and Falcon of the Winter Soldier Easter egg. So apparently, there was supposed to be an Easter egg that was supposed to be in Black Widow that was going to be talking about some stuff that was in Falcon of the Winter Soldier. And now they have switched it. So there's some Easter egg stuff that's going to be in Black Widow that harkens back to Falcon of the Winter Soldier. So that was some interesting stuff. And then the last little piece, game deals for H1 2021, almost double total 2020 investments, which is insanity. It's nuts. So H1 is the first half of 2021 for anyone at home that doesn't know that. There's been a lot of game deals, a lot of game sales, making the game industry money. It's lit. It's tight. We're here about it. Devin, did you have any other loose pieces of news that you at all wanted to bring up?
You know what? I think we kind of went over it. Actually, we didn't talk about the new Switch.
That's going to be our the first thing we talk about here. So real quick, do me a favor, leave the call, come back because you're lagging a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
BRB, I'll just do tentacles until you get back. Just dance. Oh, there you are. that was the noise you chose to make as you came back. I love that. Anyways, so we do have some breaking news for you guys. I did not extract any articles for this, so we're just gonna kind of do this off the top of our heads. It's been a long day for both of us. Anyways, for all of you at home that do not know, Nintendo announced a new Switch model today that is supposed to be coming out this October that they're calling literally Nintendo Switch parentheses OLED model. They couldn't even think of a fucking cool name for it. They just picked OLED model. These fucking cunts. I know. I love it. Anyways, a little information off the top of our heads because we've been talking about it loosely all day. It is a brand new OLED screen at 7 inches rather than the last model being at 6.2 inches. It has an increased memory. It is double the amount of memory from the most recent model, and the audio has been upgraded to have better audio specs on it. And that is it. No, I lied. There's a different little kickstand in the back of the Switch as well. There's an LAN port on it too, but
so we got the kickstand, we got the OLED screen, we got the new dock that they have.
The new dock,
and they doubled the amount of internal storage. So originally it was 32 gigabytes, and now it's just 64 gigabytes.
Yep.
I'm kind of disappointed. I love the way it looks. Don't get me wrong. The way it looks is awesome. Like, it looks what the Switch Pro should be. My qualms with this, the handheld screen is still only 720p.
Yep.
There's no upgraded CPU or graphics at all.
Yep.
There was a lot of rumors floating around that NVIDIA might be putting their DLSS systems into the future Switch console. I don't think we're going to be getting another Switch console until they decide to upgrade their gen, personally.
Yes.
And I think we're about 2 years away from that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you and I loosely talked about it off stream earlier on today, but like I'm convinced, I would put money on it that we'll probably get that upgraded version of Switch 2 years from now in 2023. Mm-hmm. Because they've kind of been on a trend of releasing a new model every 2 years, and the last time they did a Pro item was just a couple of years before they released a new gen console. So with that said, I can see that happening. I too am a little bit disappointed. I want to sort of point out a tweet that I saw today from the wonderful and very hot take guy, Gary Whitta, who is also the writer for one Star Wars Rogue One. You could say.
I love Mr. Whitta. Whitta Wednesdays, man.
I'm saying. So one of the things he has this tweet here. Let me hot take for y'all. He says, quote, maybe instead of getting mad at Nintendo, who never said a word about what the specs of the new Switch model were going to be prior to revealing it, get mad at internet bullshitters for feeding you a bunch of unfounded rumors and speculation in exchange for your clicks. I don't think we could have said it any better. We are bummed out because we did kind of get real hyped about this, and it only, I guess a better way to put it is we're really only disappointed because there was really no point to this model. There really was no point to this. They did not do a GPU increase. They didn't do a RAM increase. Literally just internal storage, a bigger, brighter screen, some better audio, and some tiny, like, physical stuff. And, like, that's it. That's it. Like, they might as well have just waited another 2 years, and instead of investing their money into this model, which, unfortunately, is going to sell. People are going to buy this fucking model of the Switch. Instead of waiting, they just pumped out another model, probably to get ready for holiday season coming up.
Guess what? I'm probably going to get this model, but that's only because I'm going to sell my current one, because I could probably still get like 200, 250 just for my Switch by itself, you know? So I might do that just because having a little bit more internal storage is actually always a plus, you know? I mean, I have a 1 terabyte my Series X, and I wish it was 2 terabytes because games are 200 gigs sometimes, you know?
I know.
But I'm not mad at Nintendo. I'm just a little disappointed because I want something a little better.
I'm not mad. I'm just
not mad.
I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed. our next little
thing is my phone has a 4K display screen. You know what I mean?
I know. It is a little absurd. Who knows? Maybe this really only happened because of the pandemic. You know, like we don't know. Yeah. There's a lot of things up in the air. You know, it's hard to say. But with that said, though, kind of moving on to the next thing. Last little piece of breaking news: PlayStation announced new State of Play happening on Thursday. So it is going to be fun. I'm a little bit worried about it because he said that's going to be an in-depth look at Deathloop. And I personally feel like we've seen fucking plenty enough on Deathloop. I just want to play the fucking game on a PS5. I want other people to just play the fucking game. I want details on other shit because PlayStation didn't get an E3 presentation. I'm a little shocked that this is the direction that they're going, but in their State of Play announcement, they did mention the very last sentence, keep checking back for the rest of summer. We are going to have some more stuff. So who knows? I don't know if you had any thoughts on that one, but.
Well, there's a rumor saying that they're supposed to be having their actual, like, their E3 State of Play come August is what I've been hearing.
Before opening night live?
No, for their E3 presentation.
No, I know, but I'm saying before opening night live or after? Because, like,
I don't know. That's just what we've been hearing. So,
I know, man.
But this State of Play kind of also harkens back a little bit, like, to some of my predictions. I don't think we get the God of War Ragnarok till holiday 2022.
Nope, fuck yourself.
And I think Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be an early spring game. I think it's going to be in February/March. I think that's when we're getting Horizon, not Zero Dawn, but Horizon Forbidden West. My mistake. But I think that's when we're getting those games. I'm just saying, they probably need that time. They did just have we've been going through a pandemic. People are working from home, you know?
What game do you think is going to be their holiday game then? If they don't drop a holiday AAA title, they're going to fuck themselves.
Let's see what we got going on. Let's do some good Kraken research right here.
All right. I like it.
All right. I'm gonna look up Sony Holiday 2021 slate.
In the meantime, while you do that, I do want to mention too that it's like, as someone that, why did my stuff close? I don't know. I need PlayStation to make smart moves, because if they don't, what the hell is going on right now? Why is everything not working today? I don't understand. There we go. That works. That does not work. There we go. There you are. Anyways, I just want to be known that I really, really need PlayStation to get their fucking shit together, because Xbox is straight up going to win this console generation, and it's not just going to be because Xbox is killing it, it's also going to be because PlayStation keeps doing stupid shit in the beginning of the PlayStation 5 life cycle. And it's things like not having an E3 presentation soon enough. It's things like not having the AAA titles that people are wanting in the beginning of the PS5 life cycle. There's, I mean, like, what Jack and Daxter is kind of the only game recently of this year that we can really speak of that they put all of their eggs into a basket for.
Yeah, so I just looked up what we got. We got Ghostwire Tokyo in October.
I don't think that's a AAA title, is it?
Yes, it is. It's developed by God, what's their name? They did the Evil Within games.
Okay. Wait, no, isn't that studio got bought by Microsoft though?
Yeah, it's just like Deathloop. Deathloop's made by Arcane, which is also a Microsoft first-party studio.
Yeah.
These games were made and these deals were in place before that conversation was happening.
Right.
So, and I know that Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop are just timed exclusives. They're only exclusive for 12 months. After that, they go to Game Pass on PC and Xbox.
Right, but that begs the question of, is anybody buying a PS5 for those games?
Ghostwire Tokyo looks pretty fucking badass.
It does look badass. You are right. Are people buying PS5s for that game, though? I don't think they are.
There's nothing else. Like, in December, we have Dying Light 2, which is on everything else.
Right.
And then we have Eterna Noctis on PS5. I don't know what that is. Let me see what that is real quick. Eterna Noctis. I like it. The cover reminds me of Kingdom Hearts, but it's a single-player action-adventure game. I don't see any trailers or anything yet.
Another game that nobody's going to be buying PlayStation 5s for. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like they're not looking at 2021 to be the year of the PlayStation, which is the year people are supposed to be buying PS5s. Like, it's like, I don't understand what PlayStation's fucking doing this year. I really don't, because they're just gonna get pissed on by Xbox Game Pass alone. Like,
I honestly think this is just going to be that holiday. I think this is just a bad year for PlayStation. Not in PS5 sales wise. I mean, it's not like they have a problem with selling PS5s. They're gone before they even hit the shelves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe they're just kind of writing it out and just kind of like letting that PS4 catalog still ride. You know what I'm saying? They're still updating it. One thing I've noticed they're doing, instead of coming out with a lot of new games, they're coming out with a lot of remasters and quote-unquote director's cut, even though it's not really a director's cut, because it's not really like someone told the director to cut anything. That's because, Hideo Kojima made his own studio and doesn't really need a director's cut of a director-made game. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, tons of games have done director's cut beforehand. Resident Evil has a director's cut of Resident Evil 1,
I know, it's not the meaning of director's cut, though. Director's cut is something was cut from a movie, and then they re-released the movie as the director cut because they put in the stuff that was cut from the movie originally. That's the whole meaning of it.
For me, it worked for Ghost of Tsushima because they purposely made Ghost of Tsushima to be a playable Japanese samurai movie. That was the entire intent of them doing that game. So for that, I give them leniency. For the whole Death Stranding thing, I don't know. But
even with Ghost of Tsushima, it should just be Ghost of Ikushima. Like that's it should just be the Ikashiwa edition. You know what I mean? Like it has that new content. It's a whole new island. You know what I mean?
You think they should have? Do you think they should have maybe treated it more like Miles Morales?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think Director's Cut is a bad name for these when they're clearly getting upgraded textures. I mean, they can clearly just call it like PS5 edition, but in that sense, I don't think that content is going to be enough to qualify as like a standalone experience like Dishonored, Death of the Outsiders, or Uncharted Lost Legacy, or Miles Morales. I don't think it's going to be that amount of content, but I think it's going to be a very sizable like expansion, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like something that like Bethesda does with their games, you know, like they'll come out with like 4 huge expansions for like Elder Scrolls or Fallout, you know, stuff like that.
Right. I mean,
So,
for me, I don't really give a shit about what a game calls itself. I don't. It
I mean,
could be
that's
called
fair.
Ghost of Ballsack for all I fucking care. As long as they give me the content that I want, I don't really give a shit, especially for DLC stuff. For DLC stuff, they can fucking call it Ghost of Tsushima
Yeah.
1.86. You know, fucking Kingdom Hearts did it for fucking years and nobody gave them shit
Yeah.
for it. Like,
Actually, that's a lie. Everybody gave
I know,
Kingdom Hearts
everybody-
shit for that.
Yeah,
That's a
you're
lie.
right.
That's a
Fuck,
goddamn lie.
Anyways, we've derailed a little bit here. I want to kind of zoom through the next news story really, really fast. So we can kind of get into the other segments for the tonight. So real quick, I'm going to zoom through this as fast as I can. Richard Donner, director of Superman, Lethal Weapon, and The Goonies, dies at 91. This comes from Adam Bankhurst at IGN. Richard Donner, the director of such films as the original Superman film starring Christopher Reeve, Lethal Weapon, and The Goonies, has died at the age of 91. As reported by Variety, Donner's production company confirmed the news of his death on Monday, July 5th, although no cause has been disclosed. I'm going to skip a couple of these little details here because I want to kind of cut down on time a little bit. In a statement, Kevin Feige shared a few words that expressed how much Donner meant to him. It says, quote, Richard Donner not only made me believe a man could fly, he made me believe that comic characters will be brought to life on the screen with heart, humor, humanity, and verisimilitude. Feige wrote, above all, he taught me that it can and must be done with respect, caring and kindness to everyone in front of and behind the camera. Dick and Lauren became mentors during my early career and key supporters throughout the birth of the MCU. I owe my career to the way they took the time to nurture and teach a kid from New Jersey who didn't know how to use a fax machine or make coffee very well. I always thought Dick was immortal. I still do. My thoughts are with Lauren and the entire family. End quote. Devin. Sad day. Sad day, my dude.
Sad day. This guy is he was a source of knowledge and he definitely pioneered the superhero genre in the film industry.
Yeah. I mean he's been the guy for a lot of shit, man. Mm-hmm. A lot of shit.
And The Goonies is one of my brother's favorite movies. It's actually one of my family's favorite movies. You know, like every family has a couple of movies, you know,
yeah,
watch
for
together.
sure.
Goonies is definitely on that rotation. And then, you know, it hits home because it was filmed in Oregon, filmed in Astoria.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And, you know, Lethal Weapon was always fun. Let's be real.
It was.
So,
right.
You know, he will be immortal in his art, with his friends, his family. You know, I give the best of vibes and positive reinforcement to his family, and I hope that they are doing well.
I echo exactly what you said, my friend. Do you want to take the second story for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So this one took me by surprise. I actually didn't even see anything about this until I was reading the show notes earlier. So we're getting The Witcher Monster Slayer, and it comes out here in just a couple weeks. And this is going to be kind of in that AR realm. It's a new AR game. This is coming from Zach Swenson over at Kotaku. So The Witcher Monster Slayer, that odd-looking mobile game set in the Witcher universe, and which looks heavily inspired by Pokemon Go, is coming out July 21st on Android and iOS. Nobody cares about Android. First announced back in August 2020, The Witcher Monster Slayer is a mobile game that features augmented reality gameplay. After downloading the app, folks will head out and explore the real world, looking for monsters to hunt. So it's like Pokemon Go, but with more swords and griffins and iOS if you don't want to have green text bubbles. The new release date was announced in a short trailer put out by Polish developer Spoko. The studio is working with CD Projekt Red to create the AR game. While this new game is set in the same world as the Witcher games, don't expect to meet Geralt while out and about your local mall or Taco Bell. Oh man, I'd love to meet Geralt at Taco Bell.
Oh, man, I'm saying. Man.
Takes bite takes bite of chicken chalupa.
Fuck. Oh man, we need that now. Henry Cavill, if you're watching this, I need you in full Geralt outfit eating fucking Taco Bell immediately. Thank you.
Drinking Baja Blast.
Oh my god, I'm saying, dude, we need to get your fucking internet sorted out because you have been just.
It's something going on again. So I've been back and forth with Comcast. I do see it a little fuzzy over here.
Yeah, it's been like.
Do I think we're? Is it glitching out? Is my audio glitching out? What's
like
going on?
Sometimes it's like skipping frames and then also skipping like audio frames as well. So it's like not audio frames, but you get my point. You're just generally kind of glitching every once in a while. But
okay.
With that said,
though, just give me 2 seconds. I will be back and I will resume. And I just want you all to think about Geralt drinking some Baja Blast and staring into your eyes at the same time while I'm gone for about 15 seconds.
All right. So he's gonna go do something real quick. I'm gonna continue with the reading for our viewers here. So according to the official website for the mobile game, it's set. Oh, there you go. Hello. I was just gonna continue reading. It's set quote long before the time of Geralt of Rivia, but maybe you can still find a nice bathtub out there waiting for a tired Witcher. Continue, Devin. Go ahead.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So in The Witcher Monster Slayers, players will have to track monsters around their local area, then fight them in combat while taking advantage of different weather and time of day bonuses. For Witcher fans craving more Witcher-related content, you can always check out WitcherCon. There's a WitcherCon now?
Yep, there is, my dude.
Damn, okay. This is the first official convention dedicated to the popular media franchise that now comprises multiple games, books, and a very popular Netflix show that I love here.
So good.
And a song people really, really like. So that WitcherCon event starts on July 9th. That's 2 days away. Or 3 days away.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. There's also even more Witcher content in the works. Netflix has a prequel series in development that is set 1,200 years before the events of the main show. It will detail how all these Witcher folks came to be. Netflix also has an animated movie in the works, The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf, which is the origin story of Vesemir, Geralt's mentor. So, I like The Witcher. I have not beaten a Witcher game yet, though, but I've played 2 of them, and I put about 30 hours in. Those games are long.
Yeah, that is facts, my dude. I don't know. Have you any interest in something like this?
I don't know. I mean, it'd be really funny to go out in the world and, you're grocery shopping at, Safeway or Fred Meyer's, and, you're going through the produce section and you come across the hobgoblin or something. And what if you have to swing, when you flick with your fingers? But you have to swing your phone like it's a sword. You're just pushing a cart. You're like,
oh my, my god. Anyways, I'm gonna kind of I'm trying to look for some quick little gameplay stuff.
Hello, everyone. Chris, we're Platinum.
I was gonna turn that off here.
I'll probably download it and check it out, but I don't know if I don't even really play Pokemon Go that much. So
yeah, I mean, I'm interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll check it out. I never checked out that Harry Potter one. So.
Right here. So I've found a little bit of a gameplay video here that we can take a look at real fast. I have that pulled up on the screen here. I have it muted. We don't really need the noise as a guy making commentary or whatever, but this is sort of a loose preview, and I'll jump around for everybody at home to kind of see what we're talking about as far as literal just it's Niantic with Witcher skin on it. And based on what I had read, there's quests that you can do. There are creatures that you will fight, which is, very much a given. Entire menu thing. Battling the monsters. You can do it in AR if you want. As can be seen here. You can also die, apparently.
Yeah,
anyways, go on.
I'm probably not going to play this.
It looks very just like eh. I mean, like for me, like I never really played Pokemon Go in AR. Hi Lash. Hi honey. Welcome. Hello.
Hey.
How are you? Hope you're doing great. We're looking at the new Witcher AR game that's coming out, and we're very much not very impressed. I mean, I never played the Pokemon Go games with the AR. I always just kept it on the without the AR settings on it. Because I just didn't like the way the Pokemon looked fake as fuck in the real world, so to speak. But it's also just like Pokemon's like just so much better for something like this than The Witcher.
I agree.
Is.
Can I say this? Where's my Digimon Go?
That's what I'll... Fuck, dude. I've been saying this for forever. Where is Digimon? Where is Digimon?
Do you remember Digimon World? The like open world game where you got to explore? That was a PS1 game. That thing was fucking ahead of its time.
I'm saying...
I want that again.
Highlights bringing up Uncanny Valley. This is extremely Uncanny Valley. Yes. I don't know if you've looked into that, Devin, but it's supposed to be the concept of like people seeing things that are supposed to be real, quote unquote, but it not hitting the brain correctly is kind of a very topical way of explaining it. Yeah, the Uncanny Valley is a term used to describe the relationship between the human-like appearance of a robotic object and the emotional response it evokes. In this phenomenon, people feel a sense of unease or even revulsion in response to humanoid robots that are highly realistic. Yeah, so that can be that can be a reaction to things that are not just robots. It can be a reaction to anything that feels uneasy because it's trying to be real but doesn't feel real, you know, like CGI creatures that aren't done well. But yes, Pokemon and Digimon are cute, and we need more Digimon content. I'm going to move us on to the next story here, which is big time hype, y'all. Big time hype here. Hugh Jackman hints at Wolverine return in the MCU. This comes from Christopher Fiducia from Screen Rant, and I did condense it down to a few important parts here. Hugh Jackman seems to be teasing that he's joining the MCU as Wolverine. Jackman has become synonymous with the X-Men character after playing the mutant for nearly 20 years. Jackman has since retired from playing Wolverine, with his character dying at the end of 2017's Logan, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, arguably one of the best comic book movies ever made.
Period.
Or probably the best.
Period. Oh my God, dude. And my mom fucking loves him. She was having just a heyday on that movie. Anyways, while Jackman's days as Wolverine seem to have come to an end, the X-Men franchise isn't going away anytime soon. After numerous delays, last year's New Mutants ended Fox's X-Men series on a low note. Kevin Feige confirmed... Did I say... I definitely said his name wrong earlier, I feel like. Confirmed at SDCC 2019 that the X-Men would eventually be introduced to the MCU. And Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is the only character not being rebooted after Disney acquired 20th Century Fox. For the past few years, there has been speculation on who would replace Jackman as Wolverine, but now it looks like Marvel might not need to hire a new actor. In Jackman's recent Instagram story, the actor seemingly teased that he may return as Wolverine. 2 images involving Marvel appeared on his Instagram story, including a piece of fan art from Boss Logic and another of Jackman with Kevin Feige. Both of these images can be seen below, as well as a tribute to the late Richard Donner. I did not have that in there. It should be noted that this is far from the confirmation that Jackman is returning as Wolverine. However, it is odd that he would post Wolverine fan art yesterday and then post a picture of him with Feige today. Previously, Jackman said that if the X-Men were to be introduced into the MCU, he would be continuing to play Wolverine. When he made that comment back in 2017, it seemed unlikely that the X-Men would be involved in the MCU, since the rights to the X-Men were still owned by Fox. Now that the mutants joining the MCU is a reality, Jackman's wish could come true if Disney wanted to hire him.
Okay. Hype theory.
Yep.
X-Men First Class.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
They teased Wolverine only a few times, but never really integrated him into the X-Men First Class reboot, right?
Okay.
Ready for a hype moment?
Yes.
The First Class comes into MCU through the multiverse, and then we get my boy, Mr. Magneto up in here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know,
Okay,
yeah.
All right, go on.
But yeah. No, I think the way to make this work using Hugh Jackman is to have some integration with that younger crowd of X-Men, because those actors are all they're all like, most of them are in their 20s and 30s now. So there's still a younger X-Men, right? They can find a way to integrate that into the MCU, because they could keep playing these roles for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? They have that lifespan. Not saying much about Jackman, you know, because he's getting there. You know,
sure. I mean, it's. Go on. Continue. I'll touch on mine after you.
And I'm not like completely sold on this idea, but it's just a little bit of an idea, because if they already brought in Evan, what's his last name?
For who?
Evan Peters, Quicksilver. They already brought a variant of Quicksilver in WandaVision, and he is from that first class reading.
That he was a variant, though.
What? He did have Quicksilver's powers in Wanda's reality.
I don't know. I feel like that was just them. Anyways, continue.
So you say that now, but as the pieces keep falling, it's not a shot in the dark anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not unlikely at this point, because they already brought in one of those actors.
It's weird, isn't it? Because we're kind of in this very strange sort of like purgatory of MCU stuff right now, because they're not really giving us like full scale MCU movies at the moment, because we're still, even when Black Widow comes out, like that's a prequel, right? So it's like there's only so much that they will show in Black Widow. They're giving us some content with the TV shows, but it's like, it feels like they're not introducing a whole lot of stuff outside of just like one or two major things in each series that they put out. So it's like, obviously with WandaVision, they're pushing Wanda to now potentially be an antagonist. They've been teasing a bunch of stuff. And then Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they introduced some new characters. And, you know, obviously Falcon becoming Captain America. And now we have Loki, which is ending in a couple more weeks. It's like, there's only so much that they've been able to introduce. So it's hard for us to say. Another detail here that's important to point out is that, did you watch New Mutants?
I did watch New Mutants, and the very ending of that movie was pretty cool.
Well, so do you remember a little bit of a detail in New Mutants? Is that New Mutants canonized Logan. So Logan originally was not supposed to technically be canon. It was supposed to be a variant future of what happens to the mutants, which is why it was based off the Old Man Logan comics. And so him dying was supposed to be like, oh, it's fine. It's just a future that could potentially not happen. But New Mutants, those kids are all the kids that were saved by Logan at the end of Logan.
Yeah, and also Deadpool
spoilers,
2.
By the way, sorry guys.
Deadpool 2 canonized it, because right in the opening scene, he talks about Wolverine getting himself killed.
Okay, but Deadpool doesn't count though, because that shit just breaks the fourth wall left and fucking right. So it's like,
yeah, but it was based at the X-Men, you know, mansion and everything. It didn't have any of the mainline X-Men characters, but it was still all based in that universe. And they did say that Deadpool was carrying over to the MCU too. Now, this also kind of harkens back.
To interrupt real quick, he also said, why don't we have more X-Men here? It's like we couldn't afford them or something, and then looked at the camera. Okay, so let's not take that too fucking seriously. But anyways, continue.
But there was a rumor floating around that Deadpool 3 was supposed to be some sort of road trip between Logan and Deadpool.
Okay, but they toss through different ideas all the time. You know,
I know, but I'm just saying these ideas are out there. I'm not saying that it is going to happen. I'm saying there is that possibility that these things that we've been hearing rumors about now for God knows how long, right. Like 5 years, half a decade or so, some of these things might come to fruition. And it might not be movies. It might be TV shows on Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So,
that's fair. I can see it. I
you
can see
know,
it. Anyways, I like
might
that. I like us. I always love
see
when we
some
go.
of that.
Oh, yep, there you go. You glitched again. I always love when we get a chance to put on our tinfoil hats for anything that's MCU, and the idea of Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine is a soft spot in my heart because we get more content with Hugh Jackman as Logan. More Logan level content. I am 110% down. Devin, let's move into our new second segment, actually. Our second segment here, which is our hands-on segment, where we try to sell you guys at home, our listeners and viewers, on one game and one movie or show that we have watched since our last time that we got together. Let's be quick about it, because I want to move into our last thing so we actually have time. One game, one movie or show. Devin, go ahead, my friend.
For game, I just got into Valorant, and that's all kind of because of a couple friends like Xander here in chat and my buddy Birdie, who's popped in our chat a few times. So I'm not in love with the game. I don't hate it. It is tanky.
Okay.
It is toxic. It's all hell, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, especially your own teammates. They can definitely get toxic from time to time. It's funny.
For the viewers and listeners at home who haven't heard of Valorant, what is it?
So Valorant is a first-person hero shooter game. It takes the likeness of a game like Overwatch and the likeness of games like Counter-Strike or Rainbow Six Siege, and it kind of combines those ideas together.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the controls are very like Halo 1-esque, where it's kind of tanky, where you move around and stuff, and you're kind of slow. And instead of being able to sprint, you actually hold your usual sprint button, and it makes you walk slower, so that way you have less like footsteps and stuff like that, so that you can try and conceal yourself from the enemy. Now, the shooting in this game, you pretty much have to stop moving. Like, you have to stand still or crouch down and not move at all to be accurate in any way at all. Outside of that, if you're running around, your character pretty much is going ba 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 ba. You know what I mean? Just like a cartoon, just like you're shooting and your arms going all over the place. You know, doing that Kraken thing.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I haven't been doing too bad. I pretty much thought I was going to be just complete garbage at that game, because I know it's like one of the most hype first-person shooter esports games right now. But I was holding my own. I was getting kills. Yeah, it was fun.
I also know that you're one of the sweatiest video gamers I've ever met in my fucking life, so you wouldn't allow yourself to be shitty for longer. So,
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. I've been, just side note, I won't talk about it, but about being shitty in a game, I've been trying to play Battlefield 4 on mouse and keyboard.
Oh no.
I'm not doing good, dude. I'm like 0.3, 0.4 at best. Not great.
Oh no.
But going on to what I watched, I started watching this new animated series on Netflix called Trece, and I like it a lot. I've only watched one episode, but I was talking to you about it a little bit, and it's all Filipino culture, which you never see in TV or animated series at all. It's one of the first times. I looked into some of the creators. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, and I didn't write them down, unfortunately. But one of them has won Best Graphic Novel writer like 3 years in a row. Yep. He also helped write the comics for Star Wars Rogue One, which in turn turned into the movie.
Yep.
So these are prestigious creators, and they come from the Philippines too. And everybody needs to watch the show. It is witchy. It is occultist. It is underworld. It is gory. The like animation and semi art style kind of reminds me of an Invincible actually a little bit too.
Yeah, it's got some very Invincible vibes to the animation for sure.
So far I've only watched the first episode, but I'm definitely gonna watch more.
It gets better. It gets better. That's not even
bad.
Yeah, that's not even the peak of the action stuff just yet. Like you're gonna hit it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah, for our listeners at home, Tresse is a sort of a like a crime show. It's an animated crime series about a detective that specializes in crime dealt and dealted by or to whom by demons and spirits. And she specializes in supernatural detective cases. So it's entirely based in Manila in the Philippines, and so it's lit. One of my favorite things in that show is their usage of Filipino folklore. Like I was explaining to you off stream, every single monster, creature, demon, spirit thing in this show is directly based off of Filipino folklore, and it's rad. Seeing them come to life in the show just from stories that my mother gave me when I was a kid about, all sorts of like the aswang. The aswangs are terrifying. Specifically one version of the aswang, which is called the manananggal, which is absolutely fucking horrifying. So just to let you guys know at home, the manananggal is a version of an aswang. And aswang just means like demon, and basically the manananggal is a succubus. And you know what a succubus is, right? Woman demon, seduces men, tries to sleep with them, sucks their soul out, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. The manananggal is succubus specifically that detaches her torso from her legs and grows bat wings and flies into the night and sucks the soul of unborn children from women's wombs in their sleep. And it gets way fucking worse than that. There's some metal shit in Filipino folklore, my dude.
When I hear about like other cultures and their folklore, it's like all of it is scary. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like Jack and Jill with a, you know what I mean? Or like this little piggy. It's
some terrifying shit, man. They have some creepy shit in the show.
Yeah,
and it only gets creepier.
Yeah, so I'm interested in watching the show. I want to start watching more shows that are more inclusive like this. I want to start seeing more cultures than just the typical like two cultures we see. We usually just see, like I don't know how to say it, Caucasian English, basic white people shit, and it's either that or just or Japanese because of how much they incorporate it within anime and stuff that they create. I know there's more out there, but I need to get that into my hands. So chat, if you guys know anything, send me messages, join our Discord, put trailers, comic books, anything. I want more of it. I need it.
Give Devin all the content, my dude. Anglo as fuck, Highlash. I love you. Anglo as fuck. I love it. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention, Devin?
Friday nights doing community Halo nights with Xander. Let us know if you want to play. Or
no, fuck off. Keep me out of that. I don't need any Halo in my life. All right, let's just move on. I got too many other fucking games to play. Speaking of which, game that I had played. I actually haven't really played much game this week. I after having had played Doki Doki Literature Club, which was
I forgot you were talking about that game.
An experience. It was an experience. I went and played Sakura Swim Club as a recommended game for fans of Doki Doki, so I could see if there's any other dating sim psychological horrors, and Sakura Swim Club was just a dating sim. So I played through an entire 2.5 hours of an anime dating sim and was like, what the fuck am I doing here? So now I'm a dating sim fan.
See, you with dating sims and me with power washer simulator.
Yeah. I am very much quickly finding out that there is no other game like Doki Doki. So unfortunately, until they make a second, if they ever do, that's kind of going to be the only experience that I have. So unfortunately, my heart is broken, but yeah, I am trying to find my senpai. Eyelash, you are right. I need my husbando. Anyway, so that's kind of the only real gaming I've done. I'm going to be starting, I'm going to be playing Sea of Thieves tonight. I need to play more Sea of Thieves tonight if I can help it. And then while I'm doing, you know, video editing and shit, I got to get that out of the way. But then I'm going to be playing A Plague Tale Innocence, and we are going to more than likely be talking about that on Saturday a little bit more in depth. But I'm excited for that. Now, as far as things that I had watched, I watched season 2 of Black Summer. And I want to mention this because Black Summer is a show that has been getting slept on by all you motherfuckers. You need to fucking watch if you guys, viewers, listeners, if you have not watched any Black Summer yet, go fucking watch the show. I am begging you. As far as zombie content is concerned, this show is so good. So good. It is
okay.
Go ahead.
I hate to interrupt you, but you say the show is so good, so I need you to give me a scale here, because you said Army of the Dead was good. So
no. Don't you
so
fucking put
good.
words in my mouth, you son of a bitch. I said Army of the Dead was fun. I said I liked Army of the Dead. I never fucking said it was a good movie. Go fuck yourself, all right?
You gave it a 7.
I did give it a 7 because it's a 7-ass movie. All right, it's a fucking 7. Black
Summer. Like a 5 or 6.
Oh,
anyways.
Fuck off. Black Summer. You and I are arguing a lot today. I love it. Black Summer, like season 1, is easily like an 8.5 on the zombie content scale. Like easily.
Yeah.
Season 2, an 8 out of 10. I'd probably say the second season. I almost want to see they're the same. I almost want to see that they're both an 8.5 because it's like they both do some things that are awesome. So the first season that I want to mention here, and I'm not going to give any spoilers because I want people to genuinely watch the show and enjoy it. The show is focused on a main character named Rose, and in the beginning of the first season, she loses her daughter. And the entire first season is essentially her trying to find her daughter and finding a group and them trying to help her find her fucking daughter. And in the midst of an entire zombie attack outbreak that has happened. And these zombies are like 28 days later type of zombies. These are not Resident Evil. These fuckers are sprinting at you and they're yelling and they're screaming, they're gargling, and it's fucking horrifying, right? The show is centered around her. There are other characters, there are some very important characters, but most of all, the final episode of Black Summer is dope. Final episode of season 1, Black Summer, is super sick. Highly anticipate watching that episode, guys, because it is so dope. But each episode works as sort of a not anthology, but they treat it like it's an anthology because each episode is broken up into segments that sort of explain different things that are happening to different characters. So you're getting a lot of different stories, plural, within each episode that are telling you something that's going on with the other characters during the zombie apocalypse. And they do it in chronological order, things that are happening amongst the story and how the characters branch off and how they meet, so on and so forth. In season 2, they take one thing. Thank you, Josh Hood Ramsey in the chat. Thank you, baby. Please watch more of the fucking show. Season 2 takes one moment that happens in the story, and then each episode after that works backwards in time to explain how they got to that point of the first episode in season 2. So it's working sort of backwards in chronological order to explain everything that happened that led to this one thing that happened the very, very first episode of season 2. And then it moves into the future during the last couple of episodes, and it's dope. Please, God, if you guys are needing zombie content, let Black Summer be it. I'm fucking begging you. And then when you're done watching it, tweet at me, message me, tell me how much you loved it, because I wanted to talk to more people about this damn show. And I need more of it. I need season 3 immediately because I burnt through season 2 pretty quick. Each episode's only like 30 to 45 minutes long. It's worth it. It's worth your time. With that said, I mean, the only other thing I want to mention really is I finally finished Manifest.
Do you feel fulfilled, or do you feel like lackluster about it?
Well,
how do you feel?
I need that third season that they filmed and finished before the show getting canceled, because Netflix only had the first 2 seasons. I need that third season. I do feel good about it. My heart is broken that this show got canceled, and I'm praying someone picks it up because I need more of this. It is, Josh, no, it's not a good show. It's not a good show. I'm sorry. It's really tacky. It's really corny, but I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with everything that happens because shit gets wackier, dude. It gets
Which
wackier.
means it gets a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
it's not a good show.
No, I mean, like, look, I've explained this to you, okay? I've explained this to you. It is bad, but I personally, look, listen, I did the same thing with Fast, all right? As a movie, it's a 5, but as a Fast movie, it's like a 7, all right? All right? Anyways, you piece of shit. Speaking of rest in peace, we're going to go ahead and move into our headlining segment here. And tonight, I know that was a little bit of a heartbreaking segue. Tonight, because we were earlier talking about the unfortunate passing of Richard Donner, tonight, me and Devin are going to have a very loose, open discussion on some of the pop culture deaths that we have had experience through our lifetimes, and which ones hurt the most, and which ones impacted us the most throughout our lives. So, Devin, I want to start with you, dude. What is a pop culture celebrity character death, anything that hit you hard?
Okay. I am going to go with a fictional character that hit me hard.
I like that, because I was going to do the same thing to start with. Yeah.
Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Oh, shit. I wasn't prepared for that. Oh, shit. God damn it. God damn it,
I
dude.
love Glenn.
Those
I did
2
not
episodes.
read the comics. I did not read the comics. I did not know that was going to happen.
He doesn't die in the comics.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep.
Yes, I'm heartbroken over that in the show, because I'm not gonna lie, after he died in the show, I lost some interest. I did.
Yeah.
I liked his character a lot. Stephen Yeun did a great job, So
I want to mention that I lied. I do remember he does die, but I don't think he dies until like near. But anyways, continue.
Okay. But yeah, no, he was great. I really like that show. I have been meaning to get back into it and kind of resume where I left off and kind of watch a The Walking Dead so far type of video on YouTube, to catch myself back up.
Nah, but just watch all of it.
Yeah, I don't have the time, or no.
Yeah, you do. You do. If I have the time, I'm a dad. I
gotta watch Black Summer.
Listen,
I gotta watch Black Summer.
I'm a dad. If I have time to watch all this shit, you have time. This game.
Have you seen my backlog of video games? I
have a big ass backlog too, you motherfucker.
Yeah, but you don't play FPSs and get competitive like I do.
Maybe you should just not play fucking stupid FPSs and watch movies and shit.
I'm gonna grab your tongue and I'm gonna
grab my tongue, bitch. Do it. Grab my fucking tongue, pussy. You won't. Anyways, continue.
Look at Josh trying to flex for me in here.
God damn it. Anyways,
I just replied with the bruh. But yeah, no, I watching Glenn die was heartbreaking, and not to mention the way he went too. And the way Maggie, I'm sorry that this is 6 years ago when this happened, so if anybody hasn't seen this, fuck you.
Yeah. Listen, let's be real here.
It's at the time, this was the biggest pop culture TV show out there. So Maggie, pregnant, unborn child, watching her husband get beat to death with a barbed wire and nail covered baseball bat.
Just barbed wire. No nails. Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been playing too much Daisy.
It's okay. I got you.
My baseball bat's got nails and barbed wire on it.
Granted, Lucille would have been fucking dope with nails in it, but continue.
Yeah. But that was probably at the time one of the most gruesome deaths I've seen in TV.
Yeah.
Probably the most gruesome death I've seen in TV.
Period.
By
They
far.
show basically all of it. They show everything.
It was fucked. It was very fucked up. So there's my first one.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
first one.
to sort of echo out, like, ride that coattail. I want to mention too that I am completely caught up on Walking Dead. I've been watching this show since day one of it dropping on Halloween of, I think, 2001, 2002, somewhere around there. I've been watching this show for a fucking long time. I love the show. I'm invested in the characters. Sometimes it's really bad, sometimes it's really good, and it still does have some good moments. It does. I had a hard time watching after Glenn got taken out of the show. And I want to mention that those 2 episodes are some of the hardest, most emotionally draining pieces of content ever. So me and my ex watched those 2 episodes back to back in one night. And that is the first episode is the end of that season, and the second episode is the beginning of the next season. So for 6 months, people had to wait to find out who died. And the beginning of that next season, you find out that it was Glenn and Abraham. Again, spoilers, if you haven't watched this, you don't know this, go fuck yourself. You've been living under a rock. One of the biggest pop culture moments ever, period. Anyways, yeah, dude, we watched those episodes back to back. I was so tired. I was so emotionally drained by the end of that, dude. I cannot even fucking fathom that shit. Anyways, my first one that I said was also going to be a fictional death. I want to bring up Joel in The Last of Us Part 2, okay?
Oh, no. I have not played this game. Fuck you. You cannot talk about this.
I'm not going to talk about this, but I wanted to bring that up. So, again, just like everyone else has said, everyone knows. If you haven't known, I'm sorry. Yeah. There's other important shit that happens, okay? There's other important shit that happens, I will tell you.
I know. Yeah, I've heard some rumors and some things, not really rumors anymore, but I want to experience it before I talk about it or hear about it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I haven't had the chance to. So
of course.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to say about it is that it was heavy. It is a heavy experience, and it hit some heartstrings for me. Do you want to do this as Snake, or do you want to zigzag it?
Let's just zigzag it.
Zigzag it. Okay, cool. What is your next pop culture death that hit you pretty hard?
So I do have a few more. I'm gonna do a real one, then another fictional one. Kind of go back and forth.
Oh, okay. I like that. Continue.
I'm gonna say Adam MCA Yacht from the Beastie Boys.
Oh, okay.
I love the Beastie Boys. I grew up listening to them a lot. My mom and dad loved that. I loved them. They got me into it. And when I was a little kid, my uncle used to work at the radio station, and I would always call in and request Beastie Boys all the time. I love them. They were such an influential part into music for me and what got me into music growing up. I never got to see them live, ever. And so I'm crushed that he passed away, because I always wanted to see them and experience them. But I still listen to them all the time to this day. So
yeah,
that one was pretty heavy for me. And here's the thing, guys. I don't follow a lot of celebrities, and it's hard for celebrities to impact my life in a sense, because in a morbid sense, I'm like, yeah, people die every day,
which is
the celebrities are the only ones we hear about. But there are a few that I'm just like, God damn it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm sure you and I are both gonna mention some things tonight that are probably gonna be some reminders for us, because even I don't know if you had any more you wanted to add on to yours before we move into mine. But...
Beastie Boys, I love them. I miss them, and it'd be cool to see them do a one-off like Coachella show where they have somebody, like I don't know, Eminem filling in.
Yeah, that'd be rad, dude. That'd be so rad.
Yeah.
I'd be so fucking down for that. Yeah, man. I guess I'll also kind of go back and forth a little bit too myself. I want to go into the one that hit me the hardest instead of ending on it, because I don't want to put out bad vibes to end the show. The one that fucked me up the most was Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. So
Yep.
for anyone that knows me, even my family will attest for this. I saw earlier that my sister Mallory was watching the show. They can attest. Linkin Park was my favorite band from age like 10, basically, all the way up until even I was in college. And no, not 10. I would probably say 12. 12. Because I remember getting that Hybrid Theory album and then falling in love and just following through with them for all of Reanimated, all of Meteora. Just go down the fucking list. I've been following Linkin Park for fucking years. Chester Bennington is the reason I started becoming a vocalist in metal music. Because when I was younger, I just heard that stuff and was just like, I want to fucking do that so bad. And I remember there would be nights that any night that my family was out of the house and I could have to just be by myself, I'd be in my room screaming my fucking head off like a lunatic, just to practice, just to try sounding like Chester Bennington. Never did it. I sounded like shit, but it was fun and I enjoyed it. And if it wasn't for him, I probably never would have even tried being a metal vocalist. Period. So Chester, fucking thank you. I love you. You're, if your family ever listens, you're one of the best things that have ever fucking happened to me, man. And I appreciate it. Like Chester was great for the music history,
Yeah, I want to echo that because that was going to be one of mine tonight as well.
I cried, dude. I cried fucking hard.
Yeah, I cannot tell you how many times I used to wake up in middle school and high school and watch VH1 and MTV early in the morning at like 6 in the morning, where they were actually still playing music videos and stuff. And they'd always have Linkin Park, the tons of different Linkin Park music videos.
Yep.
From the classics to Bleed It Out. Like it was just, I love that Bleed It Out video though, by the way.
Oh, the live one.
Where it was kind of a live, where they were playing a show, but they reversed the whole video, so the whole music video was reversed. Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, and then it ends, and then the way that the video ends, it ends with them going forward, just saying "I bleed it out."
Yeah,
and I love that. I love that.
Fucking rad.
So again, I echo a lot of the same things. I feel you. Much love.
Yeah, Josh,
I'm gonna go with
in the chat. It was a tough day. It was a tough day.
Yeah.
It was a tough month for me, because it was like, for me, I lost like my music idol, dude. Like I lost it. Like I just, in my frame of mind, it was like I'm never gonna be able to hear his voice in Linkin Park music ever again. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of like some of the newer stuff that Linkin Park had put out, I've just like I always still gone back and listened because I appreciated what Chester did. I appreciated what Mike Shinoda did. I appreciated what all the dudes in that band were doing to some extent or another. But it was like, now it's like we don't have Chester anymore. We're not going to hear his voice in future Linkin Park music. And so for me, that was just, it was just thinking about that resonated. But now it's, now that it's been so long without him, it's been like looking back on the music and just thinking like, fuck, man, like there's so many memories with these, and just reminiscing on like how he could have been feeling throughout the history of being in Linkin Park, and so now it's an interesting take on listening to their music and kind of, using it as sort of a way to vicariously feel those feelings yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will never stop thinking about that cool thing that they did in our music scene specifically. I remember getting messages from my buddy John, because randomly, I think it was in Florida, Linkin Park just showed up and did a pop-up one-off one night where they played an hour-long set for all of Warped Tour. So like Warped Tour was ending, and then there was another mysterious stage with nothing on it, like no advertisements, just a black stage, and everybody was wondering what it was, and it said, and it didn't even say secret event or anything. It's just as soon as the last band was ending, you just hear Linkin Park start playing.
I was so jealous, dude. I was so jealous.
And like, from what I heard about it, everybody thought that it was just like a band covering until people like heard him sing, and they're like, oh, "What the fuck?" And just crowded. Like I heard like even staff members were like leaving their posts and just going, you know.
Yep, dude, I love it. I love it. Anyways, rest in peace, Chester. We love you, dude. We love you so much, man. Continue. What is another thing that was hard for you to juggle?
So this one is going to be a this is not going to be a real thing, but this is a moment that was hard, and I know you know this moment very well as well. The red wedding.
Yeah, me and Aaron, my lovely partner, for our new listeners and stuff, we just watched that episode in my rewatch of the show and Aaron's first time watching the show, and that red wedding episode, my dude.
Yeah. The ending was, oh my god, it kind of came out of nowhere, but like once it happened and you saw the way it happened, you're like, oh, that makes sense, I guess.
And it escalates, and it continues to escalate from that point forward.
Yeah.
God.
To Rob, his new pregnant wife, getting stabbed like 7 times in the stomach.
My God, man. It just... Aaron was
dire
pissed.
wolves.
Aaron was fucking wolves? Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Oh. I know.
Oh my god,
dude.
Can we just say Game of Thrones in general? It's just like fuck.
Yeah, Game of Thrones in general. Basically, all of Game of Thrones. Even like, go ahead.
Look, I was gonna say, like, Robb Stark was the hero at that point. Like, everybody saw him, and they're like, "Holy fuck."
Yeah,
this guy's White Knight like material, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like at the time, nobody really thought that like Jon Snow was gonna be bigger than he actually was. Like, really, everyone thought it was gonna be Robb Stark. And then the Red Wedding episode happened, and it was like, okay, what the fuck?
And then Sansa got a little badass in the behind the scenes for a while, you know? She made some things happen.
Don't say more in case Aaron watches this, but
yeah. But yeah, that was a hard one. I remember when that part happened, I wasn't even like fully reacting or like processing it. I just remember like my mouth being somewhat open and just like staring at the TV, not really like thinking about it happening, but watching it happen, but kind of just being in disbelief that it was happening at the same time. And like as they kept going one by one to each character, I was like, okay, when's someone gonna pop in? When's something gonna happen? You know what's and no, it just ended, and it was like no music. It just went to credits. I just remember sitting there, looking at the person I was watching with at the time, and I'm almost getting the goosebumps, just like kind of reliving that moment. And I just remember being like, "Wow, everybody dies."
Yeah,
and that's all I said.
Yeah,
and I just had goosebumps, and I was just like I was kind of like off put. It was almost a Glenn moment. It was almost a Glenn moment.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So,
Aaron was pissed. Aaron was pissed. They were so angry. They were, what the fuck? Because I had to tell her, like, you cannot get too attached to anybody in the show. I'm not going to tell you who. Do not get attached to anybody.
You should have said that, though. You should have just let her experience it.
I know, but like it was after the Red Wedding that I had to kind of explain that to her. I was like, just listen, okay, listen. There's some shit that happens in this show that you're not gonna be happy about. There's gonna be some shit in this show that you're gonna be very happy about. Just be prepared for that. And that's kind of all I really like left it at. And so it was they're doing okay. They're doing okay so far. We're in the beginnings of Arya peaking, so that's gonna be some good stuff. The White Walkers
Faceless.
are becoming a little bit. Yeah, we're about to hit the Faceless Man stuff here in a bit.
Okay.
Now, for my fictional one, it's gonna be a pretty obvious one. Rest in peace to the King, Tony Stark himself. Because losing Iron Man in Endgame. Now, listen, for, again, our audience at home, I was a fool and did not see Endgame in theaters, okay? I did not see Endgame, actually, until it came out for DVD release, Blu-ray release. And when I did get it on Blu-ray, which I bought it day one when it dropped, I watched it like 5 times that week. It was lit. My first time watching Endgame was by myself in my living room. And I had known that Tony Stark's death was going to happen because everyone spoiled it. It was fine. I deserve that. I didn't see it in theaters. That's what fucking happens. Okay, that's what happens. I bawled like a bitch. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I knew this was gonna happen, but they made this so fucking sad in this damn movie, dude. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Yeah, and it was epic, and it was amazing. And they made him go out like a badass. I'm thankful for. But that shit sunk my heart through the fucking floor, man. God damn it. God damn it, man. Rest in peace, Tony Stark. Let's do one more each, my friend. You go ahead. Give us your last hard pop culture.
Damn,
dude.
I have two.
Drop one.
Hard.
Drop one quickly.
Okay, I got a quick one for you.
Okay.
This is fictional.
Yep.
Dobby.
Oh,
Dobby
shit.
From Harry Potter.
Shit.
And the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
What
tough
a
one.
beautiful place to be with friends.
Ugh.
Like, I just watched that like a week ago.
I know you did, dude. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I told you before, like I didn't watch those movies until like somewhat recently, and that part fucked me up all the way, dude. Oh.
Sierra
man.
and I cried. We cried.
The other day when you watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sierra like almost ugly cried.
Oh,
Here she comes.
She's like, don't be talking shit about me.
I'm not talking shit. I'm saying how we're talking about the heaviest pop culture and celebrity deaths right now that we've come across, and I'm talking about Dobby. And she's just like, oh fuck.
All right, so I'll give my quick fictional one before we get to our final ones. Mine's gonna be Lee Everett from the Walking Dead game, the Telltale game. I had talked to a few people about this. I beat that game on my lunch break at work when I was working at an Einstein's Bagels. I was crying during my lunch enough that a lady came up to me and asked me if I was doing okay. And it was a mess. The end of that game, son, the end of that shit, oh my god, I was way fucked up on the end of that. I didn't realize it was gonna be that fucking sad, man. I really did not think they were gonna kill off Lee like that, but oh my god. Anyways, our final big deaths. Go on, my friend.
All right. Since I'm more of a music celebrity guy, definitely. Not that I was the biggest fan of his bands, but they were all a very big part of me growing up. I'm gonna go with Chris Cornell.
I kind of felt like you were gonna say that one. Okay.
Yeah. Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Audio Slave. Those were some of my parents' favorite bands, and they were always on rotation, always on around the house. Amazing songwriter, amazing guitar player, and that guy had a huge voice. That was a hard one for especially for the music industry in whole, because dude, that guy was a living, walking rock star. You know,
fucking legend in music.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. One of the only people that comes to mind that could quasi fill his shoes is also one of his really good friends, David Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
And another one, arguably, Chester Bennington.
Exactly.
They were really good friends too, you know?
Yeah. And the saddest part about that is harboring back to Chester Bennington. They were like best friends. And those happened back to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's very sad.
Fuck me.
Yeah. Chris Cornell, a great guitar player, came up with some crazy things that definitely influenced a lot of my guitar playing growing up. You know, and like Linkin Park as well, like Linkin Park's Soundgarden, Foo Fighters, like a lot of those bands were the beginning of me getting into music and what pushed me from listening to classic rock to through the alternative space to the new metal space to eventually what turned into what I love today, which is metalcore and hardcore. Like they were a part of my upbringing, whether they knew me or not. You know, they were very important in my life, and that one hit hard, especially the way that it happened too. So
I feel it, man. I feel it, man.
Rest in peace.
Rest in fucking peace, Chris. That's for damn sure.
Or actually, what I usually say is fucking rest in power. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, dude. Rest in goddamn power, man. These guys were legends, dude. And even the last one I'm going to be mentioning here, which is going to be one that I'm sure all of us have loosely thought about off and on since it has happened. But the legend himself, Robin Williams, passing away was actually a very weird one, I feel like, for a lot of us, because you know, like when it comes to dudes in music, and I'm being very, very topical about this, so do only take this with a grain of salt, but when it comes to dudes in music, I feel like there's a weird mindset that people sort of expect guys in rock music to die young in one way or another. I feel like that's kind of a mindset that is sort of carried through cultures, people that listen to metal music, that listen to rock music, that listen to the kind of stuff that we're into. Historically speaking, a lot of big idols in our music world have passed away early, unfortunately. Robin Williams was a thing that I don't think any of us saw happening. I don't think any of us saw Robin Williams come in that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was so out of left field to find out that he had passed and had passed the way that he did, which I don't want to get into details about on stream or anything, but Robin Williams was for dudes our age. Robin Williams was a big fucking deal for dudes our age. Like, we grew up on his shit. We watched his shit as adults after we had grown up with him. We were still watching stuff of his in our fucking early 20s, you know? And it's like, having had that happen and find out through all those years that we had been watching him, that he was the funny guy in every single piece of entertainment property that he was doing, that he was just going through it the entire time. It was mind-boggling, man. And that's the part that always gets me about this stuff, is finding out that there was shit going on.
Yeah, and the really unfortunate thing, it's almost kind of the case a lot of the time, and it's sad that it's that way, you know?
Yeah.
Robin Williams, I watched so many of his movies, and one movie that I absolutely loved when I was a kid of his was Flubber.
Flubber,
you remember
man.
Flubber?
Fuck yeah, Flubber. I got that on VHS.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that
Flubber,
movie.
dude.
Oh.
Another movie that was fantastic, but I will say trigger warning, suicide stuff in it, just in case if anybody hears about this and goes to watch it. It's called World's Greatest Dad. Best Dad, I think.
And I think that was the last movie he had filmed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was that's why it was interesting, because that movie talked about some shit. But continue.
Yeah. after watching that movie, and then shortly after that happening, it's kind of hits you a little harder about why he passed away.
Yeah.
That movie is really good, but it is very, very sad. It is not a funny movie whatsoever.
No,
So,
not funny. It is very sad as fuck.
I watched that thinking it was going to be a morbid, dark humor type of movie. Not that at all.
Nope.
Robin
Jesus,
Williams
no.
was an icon for a generation. You know,
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah.
I know, dude. We lost a legend, man.
Hook.
I mean, Dead Poet Society was amazing. Good Morning Vietnam. You know, they're like the kind of movies he did were such a like beacon of light in the darkness for so many of us that had grown up. It's like there's some like other celebrities that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm sure that you can think of that when they pass away is gonna hit just as hard. I'm talking like the Jim Carreys. I'm talking the Jackie Chan's. I'm talking about the day that these Morgan Freeman. There's days where these celebrities that are getting to that age are going, yep, I'm knocking on all that fucking wood, my dude, because I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I don't want it to fucking happen. But we all know, unfortunately, inevitably, people pass away. And man, we lost a legend the other day, giving us things like Superman, giving us things like the Goonies. You know, we've lost some other legends throughout time and over the course of our lives, and it's nice to go back and reminisce and think about the feelings that have come up when these celebrities have had passed away, and it impacted us on a much deeper level than just reading a news article and being like, oh man, that sucks, you know. And so it's why I wanted to have that conversation tonight, because things like this are important to discuss. You look like you're about to jump in there for a second, everyone will say.
I'm just going to make an honorable mention, especially after just watching my Harry Potter run, is shout outs and rest in power to Alan Rickman, because nobody could have played Snape the way he played Snape. Not a single fucking soul.
Nope.
I just want to put that out there.
Yep.
He was
Rest in
great.
power to him too, man. That's for damn sure. That was another one that felt strange. It felt strange. Like it was just like, fuck, man. Like it just weighed a little bit more than others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's tough. But either way, I want to end the show on a note that basically tells all of you, you know, we love you guys. We know that obviously we had some pretty hard to have conversations on here, and we're always willing to have conversations for anything that feels important, that anything, you know, any kind of conversation that's going to be heavy. We're not afraid to have them. Me and Devin are friends. We're friends with all of you guys. We're able to have hard discussions like this, but I just want to make sure that, you know, I give a warning out to all of you. If you are depressed, if you are having suicidal thoughts, please contact someone. Get a hold of Suicide Hotline. Please, 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 please take care of yourself. We love you guys. There's a lot to live for in this world. Okay. So I just want to make sure I put out that message to you guys and let you know that we love you and that we hope you guys take care of yourselves. And that regardless of all of those things, this has been the Good Kraken Podcast, a show for nerdy marginalized peoples, giving you the video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions. Wait, hold on. What has happened here? Relational tuple algebra. What?
I don't know.
Anyways, Josh, check in on your loved ones. Nobody's ever really alone, no matter how much you feel it. Yes.
Oh, what?
Oh, wow. We just got rated by somebody right at the very end of our show. I'm sorry, guys, you missed it. I mean, I can kind of give a little bit of a raid introduction here. Hi, guys. We are the Good Kraken Podcast. We are actually, I was about to read a podcast or show for nerdy and marginalized peoples, giving you the video game and pop media reviews, news, and discussions that you want to hear every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 1 p.m. Hi, Shiloh. How are you? We hope you're doing great. Thank you for the raid. We love and appreciate you so much. You're amazing. I'm sorry you came in like right at the end of our show. We just got done discussing some unfortunate celebrity deaths and fictional character deaths that had hit us pretty hard. But we will be back on Thursday with our Sea of Thieves stream. We will be doing that. And then another podcast episode this Saturday at 1 p.m. Right here on twitch.tv/GoodKraken Show. If you enjoyed the show, you can support us by subscribing below, going to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the About section of our Twitch channel and clicking that bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. But until next time, be good to each other and
make the world a better place.
Yes, by all means, please. And we love you guys. And again, thank you for the raid. We love you, Shiloh. You're amazing. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Be good to each other, okay? Be good. We're gonna go probably drink a little bit of alcohol. Come join us on Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be here, and then Saturday at 1 p.m. We will see you guys there. Thank you for the follows. Be good to each other. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.